Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, and don't forget, of course, we are being seen around the world on our live video stream as we speak. That's available to you at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube will do the work for you. If you can't get to our website, then just put Mornings with the Leader Man into the search. Leader Man, all one word, spelled like it sounds. And don't forget, of course, you can also get our crystal clear digital audio stream out there on your mobile device. Many players will play it, like Streama, TuneIn, iTunes. Just put WEEB into that search to get the results to the top. And if you're on our website, of course, it's always there. In the upper right-hand corner of every page where the icon says Listen Live, just tap that once you're listening just that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area is going to be, well, this is going to be the nicest day of the week by far. Mostly sunny, no mention of rain, and a high of 58. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get 60 out of this. And tonight, partly cloudy, an isolated shower can't be ruled out. Small chance of it, a low of 44. Tomorrow, a little bit better chance of a scattered shower late in the day. Otherwise, just look for mostly cloudy, warm, high of 59. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy. That's when you'll see the rain. Low of 54, though, so it's not a super cold rain. Sunday, rain's out of here early in the day. Will be partly cloudy by afternoon with a high of 57 degrees. And then for Sunday night, mostly clear, 21. Monday, you know about it. It's going to be the coldest day with a high of only 37 degrees. Clear Monday night, 19. But we warm back up on Tuesday to 46 under sunny skies. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are calm, visibility 6 statute miles, pressure is 3012, dew point 43. Humidity maxed out at 100%, it's foggy conditions, and 43 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, a couple of things. First, up in the queue. I get my notes up here. You know, when Nancy Pelosi came out and said, well, maybe the president, she sent the president a letter saying maybe you should postpone the State of the Union for security reasons. Of course, she hadn't talked to the Secret Service or Homeland Security at all about this. She just determined that it might not be secure at the Capitol if he came. And everybody, all the talking media heads were going, what a bold move, a strong statement, standing her ground, you know, and putting it on the president. Wow, we are proud of her. And then the president comes out and says, well, due to the shutdown, you know, that little 7-day vacation you're getting ready to take to the Middle East, it's not going to be on American-owned airplanes, meaning U.S. military planes. He says, I'm sure you agree that postponing the public relations event is totally appropriate. I also feel that during this period, it would be better if you were in Washington where you're getting paid to be. I threw that part in. Negotiating with me and joining the strong border security movement to end the shutdown. Obviously, if you would like to make your journey by flying commercial, well, that'd be your prerogative. So, what's the solution to get these? And of course, as soon as he said that, all the talking media heads going, "Oh, how childish, sophomoric, moronic." You know, he does it. It's just all poo-poo. She does it. Oh, what a strong leader we have.
As Chris Plant likes to say, they have no sense of irony.
It's just unbelievable. You know, if I was the president, I'd get in my limo and tool up there every day and go to her office and sit there till she comes out and negotiates.
No, I wouldn't lower myself as president to do that. But I did like...
I'd at least go by and say, are you ready to negotiate yet?
No, you just put the invitation out. Hey, you two come on over anytime you want.
No.
Chucky Schmucky.
You know, he's been one of the reasons his appeal to those that support him, including me, is that he's sometimes like the common man, tweeting, talking directly to you, and saying it like we want to say it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without all this pomp and circumstances that gets in the way. And I can't do that. That's not presidential. Well, if it gets the job done, you can. Hey, look, come in and fight for jobs. Fight against, get a level playing field in the world with trade and the like. And you have to do what you got to do to get them to the table to negotiate a fairer trade. So that's what needed to be done. He did it, and things are improving. But now the Dems are in, and all they are going to be is a blank wall that will not move. Just obstruct, obstruct, obstruct. And the hate Trump crowd got enough whack jobs in there on the far left to really make things interesting. Like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Stomping around on the Capitol and the Senate offices looking for Mitch McConnell. She didn't even know where his office was.
Yeah, went to the wrong office.
Yeah. Boy, is she smart. No, she's just trying to get her more 15 minutes extended.
I don't think you were trying to disagree with this, but I would say what you said a little bit differently. They're not going to be just an immovable wall. They are actively pushing the progressive agenda.
It's communism, where government does everything for you. It's total spreading of the wealth is what they want.
Yeah. Well, more than government does everything. Government tells you what to do with everything.
You work hard, you make a better mousetrap, you are successful, and they want to step in and take it away from you. You give it to those that didn't lift a finger. Because their attitude is, well, you couldn't have been that successful without us.
She just started pushing some agenda from her own hometown there about transsexualism, requiring people to do it's completely outside the First Amendment limits on federal government, but she's doing it.
Well, anyway, we'll see where this thing goes, but I just thought to start contrasting the media response to the two letters was so obvious that we no longer get news anymore. We get opinion only.
Yeah. I was just talking to an elderly friend of mine about this the other day. She said she was saying something. Well, a couple things. She said one was that that the Russians interfered with our electronic voting system, and I said no. Show me one place. Here's your homework. Go find a place where that's the case. Well, Matt, how do you know more than than what they say on TV? And that's her problem. I've been trying to get her to listen to talk radio where she actually will hear both sides rather than just this meme. I said, they never said that to you, sugar.
You know, what would be interesting if you had a show on, say, Fox. And, you know, when they talk to some liberal Democrat, and you ask the question, you know, would you be in favor of the wall? Would you be in favor of some wall in some places? And they start diverting immediately to their talking points of, I'm for comprehensive immigration control. That includes a lot of different things. They don't ever get specific. They just keep it all in a general bundle of BS. And you click the switch off on their mic, and you say, you know, I'm going to cut your mic off. I'm not here to listen to talking points. Now, get specific. Are you in favor of any wall? Cut the mic back on. He can say yes or no and explain. But this crap would just, if I can hear the word comprehensive border control one more time. I'm just going. It's like having to listen to a My Pillow commercial. You get tired of it. Gee whiz. You ever watch Fox, man, that hour doesn't go by, you don't get the 2-minute infomercial from My Pillow. And it gets old. One other thing, and I'm not going to dwell on this because I'm going to do a little more research, but I see in the pilot where Our good sheriff is going to be coming to the. He's already come to the Board of Commissioners at the work session and asked for $1.5 million, straight out of the box. But he wants to take an idea that I presented, and I can't fault him for that. He's not going about it the right way. He wants to renovate the old jail, and the $1.5 million, of course, is just to hire architects and redesign it for the juvenile youth.
Well, good for him.
Problem is, he's leaving a big step. He's saying that this would also give us enough jail cells to last us into, where was it? Some year down the road. Can't find it right this second. But it's 2021. No, that's a different one. Anyway, that's why I said I want to pound a little facts here and numbers, and I'll get back to you on it. But step one is, and I noticed my website's gotten a lot of hits lately from the Carthage area. So somebody's looking at the plan, but they're leaving out step one, and that is put in the crime lab to reduce your jail population. But they don't get that yet. Hopefully they will.
Man, that would be great.
Then you don't have to spend $1.5 million of your tax money. You don't have to spend a dime. You get your money back right away. And he's saying he can rent the excess beds out for $120 a night in the youth facility. That's probably doable.
Boy, I hope Sheriff Fields implements some of your ideas. You had some great ideas, and I hope he implements them.
Well, like I said, I need to adjust this, run my numbers on it, and then I can guide him from the microphone. How's that sound? As far as the business side goes. I was thinking about it the other day. I said, when they run for sheriff, they campaign as though they're running for chief deputy. I'm the best lawman for the job. Well, it's more than just being chief deputy. There's a lot of business involved in it. And that's why I tell you that the sheriff should be a business person. But you said otherwise, so we'll go with your judgment. But I'll pang out the numbers and see what they show up to be. All right, sound bites this morning. Let's see here. The NFL playoff games are this Sunday. First, the Rams play the Saints in the NFC Championship. Then the Patriots play the Chiefs at the AFC Championship. It all starts at 3 p.m., noon Pacific. But the pregame show starts way before that. You got to give Michael Strahan plenty of time to water the stage with his Daffy Duck impersonation. But, it's just getting out of hand, and it gives ESPN hours and hours of more commercials to throw at you.
Sunday. It's the AFC-NFC playoffs, and it all starts 2 hours early for 2 full hours of former players and coaches sitting behind a long desk talking about what they think will happen after most of their predictions this season have been dead wrong. Dead wrong. Dead wrong. Watch as they fill time joking around with each other, leaving the desk and standing around, showing old highlights you've already seen. Then finally get ready for game time, when 2 announcers will tell you what they think.
And don't forget about me, the pretty young lady they have reporting down by the sidelines. Back to you in the warm booth.
The AFC-NFC playoffs, Sunday. Brought to you by Gillette, who reminds you, men bad.
Oh, man. They've had some good ones lately.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be the same without the pretty little girl down by the sidelines giving her analysis.
Boy,
I just talked to so-and-so. He's got a sprained ankle. He'll be back later to play in the game. Oh, boy. Couldn't live without that news.
Let me look up at you while I interview you. 2 feet above me.
New product, yeah. What you come in the game? What was your inspiration coming in tonight's game? Oh, let's get down to the deep feelings and see if he went into a Zen mode or whatever.
Well, hopefully he doesn't go into that man side that says, I wanted to win.
No, I'd say, well, I sat down with my fellow teammates, and we all sat in a circle and sang Kumbaya. You see how well it worked? We came together as one. A new product for men who feel tired and unresponsive due to decrease in their testosterone levels. Testosterone combines male testosterone with the almost lethal injection of steroids. Here's the product.
Are you one of the millions of men who feel tired, unresponsive, losing your energy? It could be your testosterone levels. Now men can order the most potent supplement on the planet without a prescription. Testosteroid. Testosteroid combines male testosterone with an almost lethal injection of steroids. It's like crossbreeding your libido with a missile. And it's perfectly legal in 32 states. Testosteroid. Order discreetly online today. Testosteroid is not intended for human consumption. In some cases, patients have experienced one or more of the following: swollen lips, swollen glands, testicular swelling, hair growth on tongue, additional appendage growth, shortness of breath, shortness of memory, intestinal irregularities, uncontrollable diarrhea, uncontrollable sexual outbursts, frequent urination, humping immovable objects, running marathons, howling at the moon, swinging from trees, eating roadkill, bleeding from the ears, and dry mouth. Ask your wife or girlfriend to ask their doctor if testosteroid is right for you. Another quality product from Big Johnson Pharmaceuticals.
Ask your wife or girlfriend to ask their doctor.
Okay, breaking news, my friends.
This is breaking news.
This just in, 4 out of 5 dentists have no idea who that 5th dentist really is.
This has been breaking news.
And always remember, you get it here first.
You got to be old enough to know the Trident commercials to understand that one.
Well, Sunday is National DJ Day. I don't know if we fall in the DJ category because we're not sitting here playing the hits of the early 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I did it for many years.
It's ironic that the job
Part-time.
description has been made completely misnomered by technology now. Nobody spins discs anymore.
I worked at QDR for 8 years, part-time. Spent a year there full-time just to learn the insides better before I bought this station. And spun a mini record, or we didn't play records, it was tapes back then. They're on an endless loop tape called a cart. And this was before the days of CDs, boys and girls. What was I going to say? Oh, senior moment disappearing. Hate it when it does that. Every station has its oldies. You know, the best mix of the today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Whatever they do, you know, Mix 101.5 had the same 400 songs they mix, and that's it. They just reshuffle and stick them back in. So does every other station. QDR had, we had 1,000 oldies is what we had.
Now, the exception to that, I guess, is the requests from people.
They don't listen to requests from people. They use auditorium surveys.
Well, like there's one station that I haven't listened to it for a long time. There's one music station that will say, they've got the challenge out. We'll play anything you request. And then they play the request of the caller, and then they'll play this obscure song that you never hear.
Yeah. Well, they got time to take the call and see if they can find it. They find it, they play. Otherwise, they go to another call.
Yeah.
But anyway, they got to the point that those songs you just heard so many times, they bled out your ears. And they started doing a contest, name that tune, and they play a brief snippet of the tune. That only a real pro could tell what song that was right away. But I tell you what, there wasn't one they could play I couldn't name because it had just been bleeding out my ears. But Sunday is National DJ Day. The day they celebrate radio.
Girl, what's your favorite song? I'll be your DJ tonight.
Yeah.
This is real, people. This is not a drill.
I'll be your DJ tonight, and we'll keep rocking till the last call. Feeling alright, yeah.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
All right, DJ Sugar Shock, let's hit it.
All you do is talk.
I just want to be here to tell you guys I love the show.
Yeah. I'll be your DJ tonight.
There you go.
We're talking nonstop for 20 minutes, nothing but gibberish.
It's time to get this party started because we have a big show. Hey!
Now you have to ask yourself, are they really saying anything when they talk? That's why it's all computerized now. People, some stations, the DJ does his whole afternoon show in about 15 minutes, what they call laying down tracks. You'll come out doing an extra that's Joe Doe with such and such, time for a check of traffic. And then the traffic comes on automatically and so forth and so on. But he's not even there. He's already gone home. Let's see here. What else we got? Stupid news. A new type of Oreo called Most Stuff is now on shelves. Each one has an insane amount of cream. That's good for the waistline. And a couple in Kentucky already posted a review on YouTube. The wife loves them, and he thinks it's time for Nabisco to start selling just the cream from Oreos.
Ugh. I would totally buy these for you. If you like the stuff, these are the cookies for you. I've said before, they should make packages of just stuff. Just the stuff.
Well, they are 110 calories each, though, so just keep that in mind.
But they're very, very good. I like them a lot. I don't have any problem at all. As a matter of fact, it's hard for me not to grab another one right now and eat it because it's so good.
Yeah. Wonder how many pounds she is. I could tell you right quick because I got a link to it, but I'm not going to waste my time. All right. You may have already seen this on TV, Instant Karma. A guy in Kentucky saw a giant 9-foot-tall snowman in someone's yard on Monday. And being the piece of POS he is, he decided he wanted to run that snowman over. Fortunately for him, it was built around a tree stump. No word on what happened to the car. All they found was the tire tracks and a little dent in their snowman.
I went to work on Monday, and I came home to this on Monday night, which is, the irony is pretty funny. Instant karma. You know, what goes around comes around in good ways and bad ways. So I guess probably everybody learns a valuable lesson here from Frosty. I think he got the last laugh for sure.
There you go.
That's funny.
All right, time to guess that sound. Let me first play the sound and see if you can tell me what it is right off the top before I give you a hint. What is this sound?
Well, all right. It's obviously a child on something that is vibrating, or maybe wind blowing. All right, what is it?
All right, you got the baby part right. It's the baby in India. But he's making a sound for a particular reason.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Why is he making this sound? He's not vibrating also.
Well, I mean, when my kids were little, I would sometimes flip their lips with my finger, or other times just kind of squeeze their chest.
So you abused your kids at an early age, did you?
Yeah, they'd make that sound, and they had a good time. And you squeeze the compression, do little quick compressions on their chest as they're making a noise. But that sounded like lips.
Well, this is a baby who just got out of the shower and it's cold. That's the teeth chatter.
And that's a really cold baby.
Please give me a towel.
Oh, man. That's funny.
A good news story this morning from Des Moines, Iowa. A guy there recently won $1 off a lottery scratcher. Ooh. But instead of redeeming it at the convenience store, he took his big winnings to the Iowa Lottery headquarters. And instead of cash, he requested one of those giant checks they give to jackpot winners. And they were totally down with it. He even got an official photo to go along with the check.
And they decided to treat me like just $1 million winner. You know, the guy came down the stairs, took me to the back room where the camera was with the Iowa Lottery logo in the background. And sure enough, they wrote me the $1 check and had me hold it up for the camera and took a picture.
There you go. All right, before I forget it, let's see if, of course, of the late night people, Stephen Colbert is the most obnoxious. Born Stephen Colbert, but to be more uppity and better than you, he changed his name to Stephen Colbert. Let's see if Colbert can make us laugh today. He's 0 for 4 so far this week.
The TSA has been hit particularly hard with employees working unpaid, and now, evidently, at New York's JFK Airport, agents have started blasting explicit, uncensored versions of rap songs over the loudspeakers. Just when you thought you couldn't hear more people yelling the F word at JFK.
Okay, well, I picked myself up off the floor with such laughter.
Good. Find out who's doing it and fire him.
Let's see what else we got. Don't care about all that. Howie Mandel talked about how he used the same voice for 3 different characters, Gizmo and Gremlins, Skeeter and Muppet Babies, and Bobby from the Comedy's Routines from The Tonight Show. Here he is.
I like your shirt, by the way. That's Gizmo. That's Gizmo, which is, yeah, I don't know if you know, that's me. You were the voice? I'm the voice of Gizmo. From Gremlins.
Since that's the best known, here's a little montage of Gizmo's voice.
What's that?
Oh, this is Gizmo.
What?
Ah, he's so cute.
He's a Mogwai.
Yes.
All right, before I throw up. That's enough of that.
Thank you.
Other good news story, Ashton Jeffrey of the Eagles. He is the Eagles player, of course, who dropped the pass on the last play when they lost to the Saints. A second grader in Philly wrote a letter of support after the game, and it went viral. So he went to the school to surprise her and her class. And it turns out the whole class had written him letters, so he got a big welcome out of it.
Which one is, I didn't see how she looked. I just seen
the little girl. Abigail.
Yeah.
But the whole class wrote letters. They're all lining the hall.
Well, I don't think FaceTime works. So you just want to talk to him in person?
Okay, we're happy today.
Yay!
Yeah. And Ronda Rousey, well, after being knocked out a couple of times, she's now doing the voice of Sonya Blade in the new Mortal Kombat game. Here's a little sample.
You've been looking for me, Scarlett?
Yeah.
Hi. Sonya Blade calling in air support.
Oh. There you go. That was for the geeks of the world.
Yeah.
Don't say I didn't do something for you.
Finish him.
Anything else I have not done? Oh. Yeah, all right. Mike Tyson was on Joe Rogan's podcast. Joe used to do, what was the name of that game show?
Fear Factor?
Fear Factor, yeah. And then he does play-by-play of the ring at the mixed martial arts for Fox. And he's into that himself some. Well, he's gotten out there he's Gone Mr. Clean on his head and got his 2 sleeves of tattoos, so he's tough now. But he was talking to Mike Tyson, and Mike explained how he ended up owning tigers.
So I'm in prison, I'm talking to my car dealer. He has some cars that belong to a friend of mine that's both a friend of ours, and he's discussing if he doesn't pay for these cars, I'm going to sell these cars to somebody and get some horses and stuff. I said, what, you can get horses? Trade horses in for cars? Because I had a lot of cars. I said, I'll probably get some horses too. And he said, yeah, man, you get cougars, lions, tigers. I know this guy got exotic. I said, you do? Can you get me some tigers? He said, yeah. And the guy told me, and the guy said, man, imagine how cool that be you be, because I had a bunch of fancy cars. Imagine that, man, you be in an Aston Martin or a Ferrari, you have a tiger right next to you, man. That would be so awesome. And I'm a young guy, I'm in prison. I'm saying to myself, wow, that would be cool, right? I said, yeah, get me some Cubs, man. And then when I came home, I had those Cubs right there waiting for me.
Yeah, he's like Michael Strahan. After a round with him, you got to wipe the studio down.
Much worse than Strahan.
No, they're about the same. Daffy Duck called away. All right, coming up on 8 o'clock, check your latest sports and weather news.
Well, we made it to the end of the work week. We have fine weather to look forward to later this afternoon with highs in the mid-50s to about 60. We expect partly cloudy skies, so it'll be a good day overall. Tonight is partly to perhaps mostly cloudy, cool with the low in the upper 30s to mid-40s. Tomorrow takes on a different look. It's mostly cloudy. There's a small chance for rain. I think more likely our rain's going to come tomorrow night. It's windy and milder for the day Saturday, the high in the low to mid-60s. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. At 4 weeks, the longest partial government shutdown ever drags on.
The partial shutdown of the federal government enters its 28th day today with no end in sight. Thursday's major talking point was President Trump's decision to deny military aircraft for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other lawmakers for a previously undisclosed trip to Afghanistan and Brussels. Predictably, lawmakers took up partisan positions on Capitol Hill. Republican Congressman Russ Fulcher of Idaho.
I would agree with the president's move.
California Democrat Adam Schiff countered.
All too often in the last 2 years, the president has acted like he's in the 5th grade.
The president also canceled the U.S. delegation's trip to an economic forum in Davos, Switzerland later this month. Mike Gracia, Washington.
They've come from far and wide, tens of thousands of pro-lifers in Washington for the annual March for Life. Americans United for Life President Catherine Glenn Foster encouraged by the number of millennials on hand.
There are so many of them, and they are so young. And I think that's really indicative of the movement. You know, so many people coming to it, you know, concerned about human rights, concerned about moral issues.
The march marking the anniversary of the Supreme Court's 1973 Roe v. Wade decision legalizing abortion. Electric car and solar panel maker Tesla is cutting jobs.
According to Tesla's chief executive Elon Musk, the company has no choice. It currently employs more than 45,000 people, but will have to cut its full-time workforce by 7% and get rid of nearly all of its temporary workers and contractors.
Crossed into Mexico from Guatemala. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures higher, Dow futures up 158 points, S&P futures up 12. More on these stories at townhall.com.
When it comes to your pain, many of you might be skeptical, like I was, about ordering Relief Factor. Pat Boone again for this wonderful 100% drug-free supplement designed to help your own body lower or eliminate occasional aches and pains due to aging, exercise, everyday living. I'm not skeptical any longer. The 3-week quick start is now discounted to only $19.95. Why don't you let us see if we can get you out of pain, too, at ReliefFactor.com.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynovite.
Dynovite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggo Suds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggo Sud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggo Suds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
A senior North Korean negotiator has arrived in Washington amid growing speculation over a second summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-un.
Kim Yong-chol arrived on a commercial flight from Beijing. It was the first time in 19 years that a top North Korean official stayed overnight in the nation's capital. He's reported to be carrying a new letter from Kim Jong-un to President Trump, meant to pave the way for a second summit. This is what he did last June, and the meeting in Singapore followed. That led to a vague agreement on denuclearization, which went nowhere after North Korea refused to provide details of its nuclear and missile facilities and demanded that sanctions be eased.
That's the BBC's Barbara Plett-Usher in Washington. Colombian authorities scrambling to identify the person or persons behind a brazen car bombing at a police academy in the capital city. It's rattled residents and raised tough questions about lingering security threats. News and analysis at townhall.com. Californians cleaning up and drying off after a series of storms dumped heavy rain and snow across the state. Severe weather blamed for at least a half dozen deaths.
In areas of southern and northern California, heavy rain was a big problem in areas hit by wildfires. This driver was trying to get around the Santa Cruz Mountains.
There was just debris, there's mudslides. You can round a corner, and before you know it, at least half the road is washed away.
He spoke to KNBC. Montecito, a community devastated by a deadly debris flow a year ago, received more than an inch of rain in 24 hours. An accumulation of heavy wet snow caused a rear-engine jet parked at Lake Tahoe's airport to do a tail stand before mechanics returned it to its parked position. I'm Ed Donahue.
And we expect a higher open later this morning on Wall Street, this final trading day of the week. Right now, Dow futures up 163 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hello, this is Chris Ennis, Service Manager at Pinecrest Patriots Hyundai. We want to thank all of our loyal customers for entrusting us with the care and maintenance of their vehicles over the years. But did you know we also service Lexus, saving you a trip to Raleigh or Charlotte? In fact, our factory-trained and certified ASE technicians can service any type of vehicle. Your complete satisfaction is our #1 goal, so please consider Pinecrest Patriots Hyundai for all your vehicle service needs. We are open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and open on Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. We can be reached at 910-692-2424. We look forward to seeing you.
Being overweight is the #1 health problem in America today. It leads to so many avoidable health issues. If you have a weight problem and finally want to do something about it, then do what I did and participate in the Transforming You Weight Loss Program, offered by Dr. Sharon Wright at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. It's a customized, physician-assisted program based on your body type and your goals. A healthier, more vibrant, spirited, and slimmer you emerges. Now, I lost 25 pounds in the first month and 50 pounds to date. That keeps me motivated. Now, the program is easy to follow. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and if I can do it, you can do it. Give Dr. Wright a call and set up your no-charge consultation about the Transforming You Weight Loss Program at 910-673-2225. That's White Chiropractic at 673-2225.
This is Hand on Golf for another golf tip brought to you by Golf Augusta. Stay tuned for some help with your ball position.
The home of golf is right here in Southern Pines. St. Andrews, established in 1552 and praised as the first and finest golf course in the world, is now available in Golf Augusta's TrackMan Simulator. Actually, all 4 St. Andrew courses are available. The Old Course, the New Course, the Jubilee, and the Castle are displayed with stunning 4K to enhance the feeling of being there. We invite you to stop by and play the world's most famous course. Have more fun, play better golf. Golf Augusta on U.S. Highway 1 in Southern Pines.
The club travels in a circular path. If the golf ball is too far back in your stance, the face is most likely open and the ball will travel right. Conversely, if the golf ball is too far forward, most likely the face is closed and the ball will go left. Before each round, check your ball position during your range warm-up. Place the ball exactly in the middle of your stance, then move it forward and back a little to see how the golf ball starts. Now you're on your way to becoming a better ball striker. Stay tuned for more golf tips, and remember, unleash your potential with TrackMan. Real golf, real distance.
Aberdeen Prescription Shop is one of the best independent pharmacies. Despite the chain stores, customers prefer Aberdeen Prescription Shop for its personal service, drive-through window, and free delivery. All major insurance is accepted, including TRICARE. Order your prescriptions online at AberdeenRxShop.com or call 944-1313, 944-1313, or visit the Town and Country Shopping Center on US 1. Aberdeen Prescription Shop.
Just what the doctor ordered.
And
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. Washington is waking up to yet another bombshell headline about alleged ties between members of the Trump administration and the Russian government. Law enforcement sources tell BuzzFeed News that President Trump directed his former personal attorney, Michael Cohen, to lie to Congress about negotiations to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. Political analyst Larry Sabato says if proven, these are impeachable offenses.
The key, of course, is whether Trump encouraged Michael Cohen to lie before Congress, because there's just no question that is suborning perjury before Congress, and it's also obstruction of justice.
UNC's Board of Trustees is having an emergency meeting this morning. Meanwhile, 20 members of the panel say they're supporting Chancellor Carol Folt, who is stepping down at the end of the month. North Carolina has mandated Duke Energy close all of its coal ash sites, including the one at the Marshall Steam Station in Catawba County, north of Charlotte. On Thursday, neighbors got a chance to weigh in on how the sites should be closed. Lake Norman resident Joan Gardner tells WSOC News.
We know we have to start doing more for the environment. We have to start looking at money in a different way and use money to prevent bad things from happening.
The mayor of North Carolina's largest city will share the stage with Governor Roy Cooper and others at the annual Martin Luther King Jr. service for state government employees. Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles is the special guest speaker for today's King holiday observance in downtown Raleigh. New York City officials are sending food stamp recipients 2 checks this month ahead of what could be an overall shutdown in all food stamps. Omega is a single mother of 6 in New York and says she doesn't know how her family will survive even though she is working full-time.
There's no way to look at your child and say, you might have to go to bed hungry tonight because food stamps stopped.
You're listening to NCN News.
Where are the leaders of tomorrow shaped and molded? They're shaped on the courts, fields, mats, and tracks of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. The NCHSAA is our 417-member schools, impacting communities across the state of North Carolina. From Murphy to Manteo, the NCHSAA is coaches, administrators, and officials working tirelessly to invest in the next generation of leaders for our great state. Who are we? We are high school. We are the NCHSAA.
State lawmakers are cranking up a new legislative session. Everything's on the table. The budget, education, transportation, regulation. What are they doing and how is it affecting you, your family, your business, your wallet? Carolina Journal helps you find answers. Available each month as a free newspaper. Every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your #1 source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
A statewide school bond of almost $2 billion could end up on ballots next November if it can get approval from the legislature this year. Superintendent Mark Johnson supports it and says while it's up to the counties to make their own decisions about school upgrades, a lot of them don't have the funds.
So many of our citizens live in rural North Carolina in counties that don't have the tax base to do what's right for their students. It's time for us to get out there to the voters, and we are going to have to convince the voters this is the right thing.
High-level talks are expected today on finalizing plans for a second summit between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is expected to meet with a former North Korean spy chief at a hotel in Washington today, and that could be followed by a White House meeting. Neither country has made any announcement about these discussions. There's been a lack of progress in these talks so far. Vice President Pence says the U.S. is still waiting for concrete steps by North Korea to dismantle its nuclear weapons.
A North Carolina man is jailed on a $5 million bond after authorities say he killed a man at an apartment complex last year. WITN in Greenville reports police say that warrants were obtained for Ricardo Hardison last Friday after he had been on the run for nearly 2 months. A brand new Oreo is making its debut on the cookie scene.
Are you a double stuff lover?
Best friend and an Oreo cookie.
Before you unscrew the chocolate wafers and scrape off the cream with your teeth, it gets better. Cookie lovers are sharing their joy on social media over brand new Oreo Most Stuffs. They have triple the filling of a regular Oreo. They're also more than double the 45 calories. One Most Stuff adds up to 110 calories. The price is $3 a box. The milk is on you. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
That system from last night is long gone. We're waking up to dry weather this morning and sunshine, and we see plenty of that sunshine today. Partly cloudy, milder, mid-50s to about 60. That'll feel pretty good for a Friday. Tonight is partly to mostly cloudy. The low temperatures dip into the upper 30s to mid-40s, kind of the range we awoke to this morning. Tomorrow is mostly cloudy. There's a small chance for rain. It's windy, and it is milder. We're going to focus on low to mid-60s for the highs. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach.
Well, that didn't work well, did it? It wasn't supposed to be there. Now it's really messed things up. Let's see. We'll do the news here in a second. But I have to get that sports back. I think. Where is it? There it is. I'll put it there, and then put that there. Now we're ready to play radio again, I hope. All right. Good morning. See, weather-wise, it is currently 44 degrees here in the Sand Hills. Humidity 100%, 2.44, pressure is 3012. Wind southwest at 3, visibility is at 5 statute miles. It's 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Friday morning. Topping the news this morning, crews have already begun pulling out aging cherry trees along US 15501 south of the Circle this past week, with plans to replace the diseased autumn flowering ornamental trees with crepe myrtles. Triad Land Solutions Incorporated of Burlington, an NC Department of Transportation contractor, will also put in Muskegee crepe myrtles and foster holly trees on US 211. It should be NC 211 west of the traffic circle. In all, about 130 trees will be planted in the 2 roadway medians. The new varieties will be more hardy and bloom from late summer. The hollies are evergreen, according to the Department of Transportation. A vast man accused of leading police on a brief chase in a stolen vehicle on Thursday morning. An Audi was reported stolen to the Carthage Police Department. The agency said the missing car was located before noon in the parking lot at Hardee's on Monroe Street in Carthage. When officers tried to make contact, the suspect took off. Robert Michael Collins, 22, allegedly sped from the restaurant parking lot into the wrong direction of a one-way road. At one point, Collins was traveling right toward the patrol vehicle, but Davis, Bart Davis of the police chief at Carthage, said the suspect exited the lane by driving over the median before the 2 cars collided. The police department said Collins took custody without incident near Red Ranch Road, about 5 miles from where the chase began. He was placed in the Moore County Detention Center shortly before 2 under a $75,000 secured bond. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning. Now here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM and 990 AM, WEEB. It's 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. Just a couple top 25 men's basketball programs in action last night, and the ranked favorites came out on top. Number 5 Gonzaga beating Loyola Marymount 73-55, and number 6 Michigan State escaped Nebraska 70-64. North Carolina programs in action last night. Hofstra beat UNC Wilmington 87-72. Tyree Griffin had 10 points with 6 rebounds and hit the go-ahead three-pointer with 6 seconds remaining for Southern Mississippi as they defeated UNC Charlotte 63-60. UNC Greensboro beat Western Carolina 69-60, and Radford topped Gardner-Webb 75-58. On the pro court, after a 2-4 West Coast road trip, the Hornets back on home court last night defeated the Sacramento Kings 114-95 in a swap of underperforming but still young players on long-term contracts. The Carolina Hurricanes traded center Victor Rask to Minnesota and acquired left winger Nino Niederreiter. In a media call Thursday, Nino reacted to news of the trade and becoming a Hurricane.
I think a trade you never really see it coming, but then sometimes you get feelings which could be a candidate to be traded, but it's definitely going to be a new beginning, a fresh start, and I'm looking forward to be a part of the Hurricanes.
No word yet if he will be in the lineup when Carolina hosts Ottawa tonight in Raleigh. It's more than likely that he will. Players that get traded always usually shine the best on their first night with a new team. Tonight's game, meanwhile, is one of just 4 before the All-Star break. Rod Brindamore at practice yesterday was asked if there's any added pressure going into the break on a high note.
Well, they're all so important, and unfortunately, we just, nobody's going to come back to us. We're going to have to go get them, and, which means every game's so important, which they all are. I mean, we've been saying that from game 1. So there's really nothing changing in our mindset. We have to try to go and win tomorrow, and then when we're done that, we'll be saying the same thing about the next game, and that's the way it's going to be for the rest of the season.
This is NCN Sports.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
Defending men's champ Roger Federer moved into the 4th round of the Australian Open as he tries to win the tournament for the 7th time. He conceded only 3 points in his first serve in a straight-set win over 21-year-old American Taylor Fritz. The defending champ advanced to the round of 16 at the Grand Slam event for the 63rd time. Phil Mickelson began his 27th full season as a pro golfer by firing a 12-under 60 in the first round of the PGA Desert Classic. The 48-year-old lefty matched a career low score he shot in the Phoenix Open 6 years ago. The Yankees have acquired another potent arm to join Dellin Betances, Zach Britton, and closer Aroldis Chapman in the bullpen. A person familiar with the negotiation says the Yanks have worked out a 3-year, $27 million deal with Adam Ottavino. He was 6-4 with a 2.43 ERA last season with Colorado. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Hey, this is Steve Leader Adams for Relive It Remodeling. I, along with my partner, Larry Postlewaite, have over 70 years of combined construction experience, which ensures all our remodeling jobs are performed to perfection. We recently added a sunroom on a very nice ladies' home in Pinehurst. From the time the permit was issued to completion took less than 3 weeks. Once we start a job, we stay with it until we are 100% finished. Our very satisfied customer said, quote, "I am very pleased. You did everything you promised you would do." If you have a remodeling job, give me a call here at WEEB or call my cell at 910-690-2946 or visit our website at reliveitremodeling.com and allow us to come meet with you and give you a free, no obligation firm bid. That number again, 910-690-2946 for Relive It Remodeling.
Great news. Get into an available Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, or Dodge at invoice less all rebates. Only at Leith Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Aberdeen during the Owner Appreciation Day sales event. New 2018 and 2019 vehicles are available at invoice less all rebates. Just ask at Leith and Aberdeen. We're easy to get to, easy to deal with, and the home of available invoice less all rebates. Leith Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Aberdeen. The name you can trust.
Tax tag and $598 administrative documentary fee additional.
Begin the year with a new car from Leith Honda Aberdeen. With a huge selection of new 2018 and 2019 vehicles, great prices, and no games or gimmicks, Leith Honda Aberdeen makes it easy for you, no matter what your budget is. We have special interest rates as low as 0.9% APR and sign and drive leases with no money down that could put you in a new car today. Leith Honda Aberdeen, easy to get to and easy to deal with. Come in today.
Jared Kirk and Amy McBride of the First Casualty Insurance Group in Southern Pines talk about the benefits of being an FCIG customer.
Our agency has been in business since 1984. We are an independent agency, which means that we have numerous carriers. Having multiple carriers benefits our customers because it offers them more options for their coverage and price.
One of the most asked questions we get from our clients is how much do they need to insure their home for? Many clients think they should insure their home based on tax value or what they could sell their home for. Neither is correct.
Insurance carriers want to insure your home for the replacement value. Replacement value is what it would take to rebuild your home back to its current state in the event of a complete loss.
First Casualty Insurance Group of Southern Pines. Call them today at 910-692-8303 or find them on the web at fcignc.com.
Well, there it is again. One of the big box pharmacy stores swallowing up yet another big box pharmacy. Now, you've heard me talk about supporting the mom and pops, but next time you're in one of those big chain stores and you see the endless lines of cash registers but wonder why there's only one register open, and you've been waiting a long time to save 3 cents on that one item but get gouged on another, then just think of all that money they're making for that shareholder in another state by cutting staff to the bone. At Health Innovation Pharmacy, all of our registers are staffed for your convenience. Health Innovation Pharmacy on Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines. Locally owned and serving Moore County since 2001.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Well, I'm sure you've heard by now, Nancy Pelosi sent President Trump a letter expressing concerns about the upcoming State of the Union address. She said she didn't think it would be safe, and she didn't feel like the venue would be secure. Yeah, that's kind of what the president's been telling you. But the Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security have assured all involved that they're on it. They are fully prepared and all is ready. Poor Nancy will be safe. I wonder if she feels like, in spite of all those fences around her and all those locked doors and all those friendly gun-toting FBI and Marshals and Secret Service and all the others dedicated to her every whim, she secretly feels she will never be secure without a wall. And what about us? What about the people watching this thing at home? We don't have the kind of security she has. Does she even care about us? Some people have guns. Others just have chairs to hide under. But none of us have a wall. Not yet. Democrat leaders represent the worst of America. They will say or do or sacrifice anything to get their way. Pelosi's doing all she can do to bring this nation to ruin. She's a liar in an age when an awful lot of people are unable to recognize a liar. Now, Nancy, I'm sorry you don't feel safe enough to have the State of the Union address. That wall would help you, ma'am. You ought to try it. Hope everyone has a good weekend. From the Zumwalt Zone.
Well, we made it to the end of the work week. We have fine weather to look forward to later this afternoon with highs in the mid-50s to about 60. We expect partly cloudy skies, so it'll be a good day overall. Tonight is partly to perhaps mostly cloudy, cool with the low in the upper 30s to mid-40s. Tomorrow takes on a different look. It's mostly cloudy. There's a small chance for rain. I think more likely a rain's going to come tomorrow night. It's windy and milder for the day Saturday, the high in the low to mid-60s. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today is a new day.
Today is a new day.
Today is a new day.
Today, as you know, is a very big day.
Big day.
Big day.
Big day.
Big day for me. And a big day for you.
Why?
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 Today's Friday. That's fine.
That's fine. Good enough for me. Have fun, guys.
All right.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams.
And I'm the Leader Man's disgusting sidekick, Matt Horsley. Good morning.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available to you right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube will get you there. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man into the search. If you're on your mobile device just needing audio from our crystal clear digital stream, well, that's available also with many streaming services like TuneIn, iTunes, and Streama, and also from our website at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page as an icon that says Listen Live. Tap that once, you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills is going to be ideal for this time of year today. Partly cloudy, 58 for a high. Tonight, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a shower, a low of 44. Better chance of a shower tomorrow morning. Not a big one, but the chances of rain increase as the day progresses. But we're going to mostly cloudy with a high of 59. Definite chance of rain on Saturday night, a low of 54. Sunday, rain pushes out of here. We'll go partly cloudy by afternoon, a high of 57. Clear Sunday night, 21. Monday's the cold one. Sunday with a high of 37. Tuesday will jump about 9 degrees. Sunny and a high of 46. Wednesday, 62 with a 50-50 shot of rain. And back to seasonable temperature, 52 on Thursday. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are southwest of 3. Visibility halfway at 5 miles. The headlights on. Humidity 100%, dew point 44, pressure 3012. It's foggy and 44 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:29 past the hour. Some things we need to know so we do not sound stupid today. They include 97-year-old Prince Philip.
97.
Yeah.
It always amazes me.
He was traveling in a car yesterday when it was T-boned and flipped.
Holy moly.
He's shaken and bruised, but not injured.
He's British. He's shaken and not stirred, isn't it?
Well, he's shaken.
Stirred, not shaken? I don't know.
Someone printed up a bunch of fake Washington Posts with the headline announcing that President Trump had resigned and was handing them out in Washington, D.C. yesterday. Miley Cyrus has shut down the latest she's pregnant rumor. 27-year-old man from Vancouver, Washington, is getting some fame from his video of him jumping from a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. He's also now banned for life and could be facing legal consequences.
More like notoriety than fame.
Liam Neeson's nephew, Ronan Sexton, has died 5 years after sustaining serious head injuries from a fall. He was 35. You might remember Liam's wife died after falling on the ski slopes. You know that TV commercial where Chevy claims their vehicles are more reliable than Toyota? Well, Toyota called them on it, and Chevy's now pulled the ad. 49% of U.S. broadband households are willing to adjust their lighting during peak energy periods. Russian post offices have begun selling beer just to stay in business. Let's prey on our alcoholic nation, shall we? The World Series Championship Red Sox say they will visit the White House next month. Studies suggest that playing games may boost kids' problem-solving skills and help them score better and when it comes to grades and in the classroom. One of the things that happen in Wisconsin these days is speed dating on ski lifts. I guess you get acquainted going up and get acquainted going down. Quit looking at my answers.
I'm not looking at any answers. I'm trying to look at that story you read.
16% of millennials have gone on a first date to this type of place. What is it?
Mall.
And we kind of did this a couple of weeks ago.
Shopping.
You think you would have been paying attention.
Shopping.
Grocery store.
Oh, okay. Well, it's shopping.
Not close enough.
Whatever.
A recent study shows that 54% of women think they look their best at what time of year?
They look their best. I'm going to say summer.
That's right. 66% of women say eating this relaxes them.
Chocolate.
Boy, you're just a womanizing man, aren't you?
I am just a genius.
According to Consumer Report, texting while driving is the number one complaint of drivers. Saw one yesterday, just weaving all over the road. Because he's such a great driver. He could text and scan and the driving becomes secondary to these young punks that got to play with that phone the whole time they're driving.
Maybe he was just drunk.
No, this is broad daylight. And as I went by him, I could see him playing with that phone and easing toward my lane. According to, on average, a voicemail greeting lasts 22 seconds. Experts say people reach their peak of their ability to see ghosts at what age?
Let's say 40.
Not even close. 8.
Their ability to see ghosts.
13% of men have tried on their partner's bra, but may not tell anyone they've done it.
Did I ever do that? I don't know.
According to research, we actually smile a third less than we think we do.
Uh-oh.
All right, if you're going into the world of having to pay your way, we have the top 10 best-paying jobs in the U.S.
That's not really how we do things anymore, Steve. We don't like to pay our way, and we talk like this.
Well, if you want to be making the most money, become an anesthesiologist. $270,000. While the lowly surgeon only makes $252,000. Obstetrician and gynecologist, $234,000. Oral surgeon, $232,000.
Is this net or gross?
Gross, I'm sure.
Obstetricians have a gigantic...
I know. I'd say this is their salary that they take home. It's probably net.
Because they've got a gigantic malpractice insurance bill to pay.
Orthodontist, $228,000. Physician, $201,000 for that little prescription pad.
Wait.
Psychiatrist.
Wait, what was that last one?
Physician.
Well, all the others were physicians.
Well, this is just like a GP, general physician. The others were specialists.
Well, it's called family practice, and it is a specialty. You got to get a specialty.
Whatever.
Well, it is. Family practice is a specialty that is unlike the others.
They're the ones that look you first, determine which course of treatment you're going to take, and maybe he can deliver it. If not, he sends you to a specialist.
Well, but trust me, Steve, family practice is a specialty.
I'll trust you. Psychiatrist, $200,000. Pediatrician, $184,000. Dentist, $173,000. And the guy that plays for your little prostate, a prosthodontist.
That's not prostate.
What is that? Is that
it's a guy that
gums?
Yes, it's prosthetic teeth kind of stuff.
Prosthetic teeth.
Guy that plays with your prostate. The guy that plays with your prostate is a urologist.
Urologist. He didn't even make the list. So I guess the guy who makes your teeth makes more.
By the way, if you
$168,000.
If you walk into a urologist or an orthopedist or somebody and say, "Hey, I've been feeling badly, I've been doing this," and they'll say, "Well, you need to go see a family practice guy. I don't know anything about that."
Here's one: political scientist. What the hell does he do? Makes $112,000 a year doing it. Teaches political science?
Teaches political science, I would think. Maybe...
I don't think this is a teaching job. This is...
maybe as a consultant to politicians, or maybe a talking head on TV. But most political scientists are teachers.
That'd be a person with an opinion. Who is that guy that's liberal that been around a while? You go, how does this guy make a living? Because be that stupid. I don't know. Lawyers, they say, make $139,000. Financial managers, $139,000. Sales managers, $135,000. Financial advisor, $123,000. Optometrist, $117,000. Here's one I'd just soon hang myself than do. Actuary, $114,000.
That's an ironic choice of words there for doing. Where does morning show radio sidekick fit in there?
Didn't make the list.
Who'd have thought?
All right, let's work it on Buzz and Matt, where we'll play Spy the Lie. All the following are types of coffee beans except for one. Spy the Lie.
Haven't we buzzed me enough today?
Caffeina. Arabica.
Caffeina is the one.
We're not through yet.
Oh, I'm just telling you.
Robusta. Liberica. Or Excella.
It's not Arabica. It's Caffeina.
It is Caffeina. All of the following are actual laws still in effect, still on the books, except for one, Spy the Lie.
Still on the books where?
You're getting ready to find out. In Las Vegas, it's against the law to own a porcupine. In Goodyear, Arizona, it's illegal to spit in public. Arkansas has a law on the books that requires people to pronounce the name of the state correctly. I guess that would be Arkansas.
It would not be Arkansas.
It's against the law to build or use a nuclear weapon within Chico, California city limits. And a state law in Connecticut requires that a pickle must bounce when dropped from a height of 1 foot.
I'm going to go with
one of those
nuclear.
is an archaic law. Which one is it?
I'm going to go with nuclear just because I don't know.
You would be wrong.
What was the third one?
Arkansas has...
Arkansas. Name it. Yeah. How about the porcupine?
That is the bogus one.
All right.
And that was fun. Let's do it again. All of the following are actual laws still in effect, still on the books, except for one, Spy the Lie. Idaho is the only state to have a law that bans Lick Springs, Indiana. Black cats have to wear bells on Friday the 13th. Boston still has a law banning the wearing of red coats. Anyone who tries to pass off margarine as butter in Iowa is guilty of a misdemeanor. And it's against the law to throw snowballs in Topeka, Kansas.
I'm going to say the redcoats.
That's correct. That's the bogus one. Well, rats.
Well, rats.
Then get the buzz.
Rats to you, sir.
All right, it is 8:41 past hour. I can't buzz them.
Sick, sad little man that gets his daily jollies from buzzing me.
I can whip out some smiles with a few rim shots, maybe.
All right. I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. Netflix unveiled new technology that prevents users from sharing passwords. And in news from 5 seconds from now, hackers have completely dismantled Netflix new technology that prevents users from sharing passwords. Dolly Parton, tomorrow is Dolly Parton's birthday. Asked what she'll be doing all day. She said, taking some painkillers from my back, dumbass. Jimmy Fallon was involved in a zip line accident. It was so serious for a while, doctors feared he would never giggle again. The situation started his prison sentence. He used to call his abs the situation, but that phrase will soon refer to another part of his body.
Oh, yikes.
Only, we got a situation back here. Only 20% of Americans remember what movie won last year's Best Picture Oscar. Hey, America, and you wanted to legalize weed. Do you know which one it was?
I don't.
It was what? 3 billboards outside of some town. That's what it was.
And what? How many Americans know that?
20%.
20%. So that means 80% couldn't give a damn.
That was a crappy movie to begin with, and it won Best Picture.
Now they vote on themselves.
No, they have to look like they're both voting for culture and artistic expression. Super Bowl officials are worried the government shutdown could cause airport delays for people attending the game in Atlanta on February 3rd. Let's hear it. Let's hope no one misses the Super Bowl because of airport delays. Well, with the exception of Maroon 5, of course. Maybe the halftime will be improved. Gladys Knight will sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Don't worry, it's on CBS. Most viewers know who she is. Louisville, Kentucky is renaming the airport after their hometown hero, Muhammad Ali. Louisville loves Ali. In fact, the only thing more popular than Muhammad Ali in Louisville is, of course, crystal meth. And an appointment with your dentist. Facebook swears that it is not using the 10-year challenge to collect data on you. In totally unrelated news, Mark Zuckerberg says, you haven't aged a day.
Yeah, they don't collect data on you. They just send you text telling you what you had for breakfast. All right, that's a slight exaggeration, but not much.
An asteroid may hit Earth in 2023. Sounds ludicrous to me, you know, that Earth will exist in 2023, which isn't far away. That's what, 5 years? 4 years. Trump and Pelosi are at a standoff on the government shutdown. Trump ought to be worried because unless she goes to her Botox doctor, there's no way Pelosi will blink first. His eyes are just peeled open, aren't they? A new report on health, and the government says that people should eat less beef and more beans. I beg to differ, said Noses Everywhere. A fountain in Rome collects $1.7 million in coins every year. Can I have that cleaning job?
Jeez.
Yet it still contains fewer metal toxins than a thimble of Flint water, Flint, Michigan.
That was really stretching it. That was struggling, that one.
I didn't write it, just read it. That's all. 3 people were injured in Florida after being attacked by an aggressive otter. Though you can't be mad at the otter, you'd be full of rage, too, if you had to suffer the indignity of living in Florida. And lastly, Connecticut is trying to become the first state requiring schools to teach kids about climate change. Well, that ought to shut up all those morons who claim that the Northeast is populated entirely by self-righteous liberals. Don't you think? All right. Moving on. Let's back the truck up here and let's get ready to go chase some bad guys, shall we? It's Friday, get them bad day.
Your little dog, too. What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
I don't know.
Boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, my friends, it's time once again to strut across the floor in the style of the Duke John Wayne. Open up those closet doors. Look at all 30 of our Liberty safes. Today we'll go to Liberty safe number 6.
Number 6, that's a USA model, Steve.
All right, we'll put it into combo and open her up and let Matt reach in and grab that weapon of choice this morning?
You know, I'm going to break some hearts when I say that's not actually the safe. That is just our state-of-the-art sound effects going here. But
no, it's the safe, man.
I am going to give you a Ruger LCR revolver chambered in .357 Magnum with a Crimson Trace laser grip.
All right.
Well, so even you can't miss, Steve.
Well, we'll throw that into our holster, pin on our badge, and out the door we go. In relentless pursuit of some stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number one this morning. I'm not sure how you could be more unpatriotic than this. The police in Anderson, Missouri, raided 65-year-old James Cabot's house looking for meth on Tuesday. And they found it. But they also found something else, a dead bald eagle in the freezer.
Uh-oh.
James wouldn't say how the dead bald eagle wound up there, in his freezer, but it's a federal crime to kill one, although those windmills kill them every day. So James is going to be looking at charges for having a dead bald eagle, plus meth possession, illegal gun possession, having a stolen ATV, and having a stolen house trailer. I assume the windmill didn't get the bald eagle.
A stolen house trailer.
Yeah. Not a good day for him. Let's see. And stupid criminal news number two this morning. A woman in Melbourne, Florida, flagged down not one, but two police on Monday. It said her friend just got attacked by a 33-year-old woman named Twala Saunders, who lived nearby. But when they went to Twala's house, she claimed the woman was making the whole thing up, which started a fight. And Twala tried to throw a drink in her face, but unfortunately she missed. And even more unfortunately, she hit one of the police in the face instead. According to the police report, the drink hit the cop in the chase and face, so they arrested her for battery on a law enforcement officer.
It didn't hit him in the chase. Say it isn't so.
Look the other way, dude. Why are you going to take up a jail space on this? Court time. Yeah. But while they were booking her, they also found a crack pipe. Okay, now she goes. She's facing drug charges, too, now. And that, my friends, is your stupid criminal news for this Friday. It is 8:50 past the hour. Let's see here. All right, well, let's do everybody's favorite part of the program and learn something today, shall we?
And now it's time for
Random facts. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All righty. Random facts for this Friday. Maybe a spare if you're good. There have been 2 NFL games in history where the team finished with negative yardage offensively, meaning they lost more yards in the game than they gained. Seattle did it against the L.A. Rams in '79 with -7 yards, and Denver did it against Oakland in 1967 with -5. Metallica is the first band to play on all 7 continents, and they did it all in 1 year. In 2013, they played North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and a special concert for some scientists in Antarctica. The original name of Eggo waffles was Froffles.
Yes.
As in frozen waffles.
Yes.
But people called them Eggos because they tasted a lot like eggs. And 2 years later, that became their official name. The tallest building in Dubai until 1973 was only 75 feet high. Then they had their skyscraper boom, and now they have 21 buildings over 1,000 feet. That, my friends, is way up there. And the Wright brothers, boys from Ohio came to North Carolina, weren't just pioneers of flying, they were also pioneers of plane crashes. The first person to die in a plane crash was an Army lieutenant named Thomas Selfridge in 1908. And the plane was Orville Wright's. was the pilot of the plane was Orville Wright, who survived the crash.
And I think that was in San Antonio, Texas.
Can you imagine now if you could go back in time and make just a glider, just a simple little glider? And as they went down those sand dunes with that powered plane and took off, you go down the sand dunes with an electric motor and a little propeller and your glider just sail around and just catch all the wind currents, the updrafts, and put on a real display for them. And those people go, wow. Knowing what you know, you could do it.
They didn't have electric motors back then.
Well, you could go to the Wright brothers themselves and say, let me explain a few physics to you. If you make the top of the wing curved, the bottom of the wing flat, it gives it lift. Try that. They sort of did. I mean, their wings were a little curved on the top and flatter on the bottom. That's what did give them the lift.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they fully understood that was the effect of the way it works.
Well, that technology is still coming along. You know, it wasn't very many years ago that you never saw those little, I don't think they're called ailerons, but those little up swings at the end of the wings that you see on all the planes now, all the big planes. That's a recent invention.
Okay, we had to have the bizarre here for sure. There's an animal that can't be an emotional support animal. Or is there one that can't be? Because now there's a guy named Joey Henney in York, Pennsylvania. He used to host a hunting and fishing show on ESPN called Joey Henney's Outdoors. And now he has an emotional support alligator. The gator's name is Wally. He's 4.5 feet long. And apparently he's so domesticated that he acts just like a dog. He likes lying on the bed, hanging out with Joey and following him around the house. And Wally doesn't just give Joey emotional support. Joey takes him to senior centers in the area to spend time with, supporting the people there too. Yeah, just pet his tongue there. Thank you for giving him lunch. Yeah. Okay, and it turns out beer is the miracle cure we've all been looking for. And if it was, then doctor's visits are going to be way more entertaining. There's a 48-year-old guy named Nguyen Van Not in Vietnam. And doctor saved his life on Christmas by pumping him full of beer. That's right, beer. Or as Kavanaugh would say, beer. I like my beer. Here's what happened. Apparently, this guy had been drinking alcohol, but not the kind we all normally drink. He was drinking methanol, which is the kind that's used to make things like formaldehyde, antifreeze, paint thinner, and gasoline.
Another genius.
Beer is a different kind of alcohol. It's ethanol. And the doctors knew that if they fed the guy beer, it would keep his liver busy enough processing the ethanol to keep it from fully processing the methanol, which would kill the guy. So they wound up pumping him full of 15 cans of beer. Boy, you talk about the mother of hangovers. Which gave him enough time to get the methanol out of his system and save his life.
He's what's known in the business as an alcoholic.
All right, there was also always things you wish you had learned in school that they never taught you. They taught you reading, writing, and arithmetic and all that good stuff. But aren't there some, I always said they ought to teach how to balance a checkbook, how to do simple debit and credits, simple economics of supply and demand, little things like that, so it gets the brain at least working in the right direction. Anyway, here's the top 10 real-world skills we wish we were taught in school. Money management and budgeting. How to do your taxes. How to manage emotional well-being and mental health. And no, it's not with marijuana. Understanding credit cards and student loans. There you go. You're in it for life, buddy, and you can't escape that student loan even by dying. How to negotiate. Time management. How to fix stuff around the house. Here's one. Relationship and conversational skills. Car repair and car maintenance, and how to find a job. Those will all be good skills to learn while you're in school. So it goes for this Friday and this week. Have yourself a great, safe weekend. We'll see you back bright and early Monday morning for Mundane Monday, courtesy of Matt. Till then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses here on our airways because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the dog park.
And I'm Matt Horsey with a quote from former Congressman and retired infantryman Alan West. When more Americans prefer freebies to freedom, these great United States will become a fertile ground for tyranny. And man, are we seeing that. Chris Plant is up next. Rush Limbaugh is on at noon. Sean Hanna